Hi, good evening. How you doing? मेरी आवाज साफ आ रही है? Able to see me, hear me clearly? It's been a minute. हम लोग ने मंडे को किया था पेपर वन प्रॉपरली डिटेल में. आज हम लोग कर रहे हैं पेपर टू ऑफ केमिस्ट्री स्पेसिफिकली. तो शुरू किया जाए. मेरे पीछे लाइक अ डिस्क्लेमर इज एग्जाम पैटर्न 2024 एग्जाम. टू पेपर्स 51 क्वेश्चंस ईच. उसमें से 17 सवाल थे केमिस्ट्री के. पहला पेपर कर चुके हैं. पहला पेपर में एक दो सवाल थोड़े से मुश्किल थे एंड दे हैपेंड विद ऑर्गेनिक वंस. बाकी सब इनऑर्गेनिक और फिजिकल तो काफी डायरेक्ट लग रहे थे मुझे. डायरेक्ट नहीं मतलब आई डोंट वांट टू मेक दिस लाइक इट्स वेरी इजी, मतलब डुएबल लग रहे थे. आई विल नॉट कॉल इट डायरेक्ट. एंड वी काइंड ऑफ गॉट टू अ नंबर ऑफ 13 14 आउट ऑफ 17 टू बी अ रियली गुड like place to be at, right? If you're getting 13 14 out of 17, correct. Let's see what that number is in this session. We'll do a quick analysis of the JEE advanced paper जिसके मैं सर के ऊपर आ गया है, मतलब सर के मेरे जस्ट पीछे है. Hi Aditya, how you doing? We'll do a quick analysis, then we'll start talking about this. By the way, I know कि JEE advanced का एग्जाम खत्म हो गया है. Who's going to be watching this, right? I'm guessing students जो JEE 2025 में देने वाले हैं, maybe 26 में देने वाले भी. Also, अगर ये थोड़ा ज्यादा भारी लग रहा है तो डोंट वरी. आई एम आल्सो गोइंग टू बी डूइंग सेशन. मैंने सीयूईटी का भी केमिस्ट्री का पेपर किया था अभी. आई विल डू आईआईटी, आई विल डू एनईएसटी, आई विल डू और भी जो भी चीज है आप चाहते हैं. ठीक है. एनईएसटी का थोड़ा सा एक इंट्रो इज हैपनिंग टुमारो ऑन नीट. सैटरडे को आई एम डूइंग आईआईटी व्हिच इज आईसर्स का. और भी जो भी एग्जाम्स चाहिए आप बोलो. आई विल ट्राई एंड गेट पेपर्स एंड आई विल सॉल्व देम फॉर यू. सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद दिस वन. And the pattern was as expected, nothing fancy here. At least पहले पेपर में ज्यादा फैंसी नहीं था. जो था वही था, right? MCQ +3 -1, MSQ मतलब more than one correct +4 -2, then +4 0, and lastly +3 -1. ये हम लोग last time कर चुके हैं. This is the split up. It looks like it was split right down the middle, right? 3 4 you have 24 aspirant. Rusha, how are you doing? Peroxide linkage का question आया था. You tell about it. Okay, sure. आदित्य, we did that already. आदित्य, वो पहले सेशन में हम peroxide linkage का किया था. Oh, अच्छा, peroxide linkage. Oh, yeah. Aditya, good memory. Yeah, we spoke about that. Yeah, that was an easy question. देखो, क्वेश्चन itself was not difficult. The fancy part was कि हम लोगों ने उसके exact same question की बात की थी maybe 3-4 days before the exam. That's why it was fresh in my mind and I share it with you. खैर, पहला पेपर का ये स्प्लिट अप था ऑलमोस्ट एग्जैक्टली डाउन द मिडिल. बट फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री कम कर दी यार. देखो 30%, मतलब कि 5 सवाल इसके, बाकी 6 और 6 इन दोनों के. ठीक है. एंड दीज 5 क्वेश्चंस वर डुएबल. आई फेल्ट, मतलब आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू से इजी बिकॉज यू हैव टू स्टडी द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड ऑल्सो थोड़ा सोचना पड़ता है. बट पास्ट में ऐसा होता था कि फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री के सवालों में भी यू हैव टू अप्लाई वन कॉन्सेप्ट एंड देन द सेकंड एंड देन द थर्ड, और फिर टाइम लगाना पड़ता था. अभी बस टाइम लगाना पड़ रहा है. देयर इज नो 1 2 3, इट्स जस्ट यूजुअली वन कॉन्सेप्ट अभी तक. ओके, पेपर 2 में देखेंगे. Organic chemistry, you have to apply a minimum of 3 different ideas on every question, which is what makes it a little bit hard at times. इसलिए जो skip करने वाले मैंने बोले थे last session में mostly organic के थे. खैर, look at that. Aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, amines, halo पे 4 सवाल आए थे. ठीक है. This is from paper 1 again. Paper 1 की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, जो ऊपर लिखा हुआ है. You can check this analysis and all that, बाद में देख लेना. पेपर 2 में the only difference was कि last वाला जहाँ there was no negative marking, it was +3 0. मतलब प्रैक्टिकली ये भी न्यूमेरिकल एंट्री ही था. ठीक है. बट दिस वाज भारी मैन. दिस वाज प्रीटी हैवी. बोथ द क्वेश्चंस वर वेरी 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 हैवी. मतलब बोथ द सेट ऑफ पैराग्राफ्स, चारों क्वेश्चन काफी भारी थे. विल टॉक अबाउट द लास्ट टू राइट एट द एंड. एंड अगेन स्प्लिट वाज ऑलमोस्ट डाउन द मिडिल. इस टाइम फिजिकल थोड़ा सा ठीक था, इनऑर्गेनिक कम एंड ऑर्गेनिक ज्यादा. बट इनऑर्गेनिक के भी क्वेश्चंस थोड़े हार्ड लगे मुझे इस पेपर में. विल टॉक अबाउट हाउ एंड व्हाई राइट आफ्टर दिस. दिस इज द स्प्लिट अप. And overall split up seemed like right down the middle. Right down the middle. Yeah? You like Rushabh like that question? That's good to hear. That's great to hear. ठीक है, ये पूरा split up है, etc. ये सब छोड़ो. Let's start with the question. पहला question देखते हैं. ठीक है? As always, if you have any doubts, feel free to chime in at any point in time. Look at this. Does this look like a JEE advanced question? It does not to me, right? That's what I mean. Like, forget even one concept. This is a JEE main question, or maybe IEEE, whatever. You know, आजकल JEE main के questions भी काफी direct हो गए. According to Bohr's model, the highest kinetic energy is associated with the electron, and which of these? So all you've got to do is identify कि energy किस चीज से related है. Z square by n square, right? 4 options हैं. So you have Z and n both changing. Hydrogen, helium plus and Li2 plus. They're all single electron system. मैं सोच रहा था कि कुछ तो अजीब होगा. But no, this is exactly what you're thinking, right? It's not complicated at all. In fact, if you're in 11th grade right now watching this, you should be able to solve this question as soon as you do Bohr's model. जो मैं कर चुका हूं आपके साथ. I did Bohr's model with the 11th standard students just last week. With that video, you should be able to solve this. Great, you got one question in JEE Advanced already. So first from hydrogen, first from He plus, second from He plus, and second from Li2 plus. Energy is proportional to Z square by n square. अगर n बढ़ता है तो energy कम होती है. Just from that idea, this guy goes away. Okay, अगर n बढ़ा तो एनर्जी कम हुई. Okay, so He, this is not the answer. If it's either this or this. Okay, that's the broad idea. All right, sorry about that. I think my internet just disconnected for a second. Just give me like a. All right, I think I'm just gonna wait till I'm live again. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Something weird happened, but luckily this is the first time it's ever happened in the last year or so. And what a day for it to happen, huh? When you're talking about the JEE Advanced ka paper, just give me a quick thumbs up if you guys can hear me and see me. Yeah, I think my chat got disconnected and the internet just went kaput for a second. So I switched my internet up. It's working. Man, Airtel, what a time for you to mess up, Airtel. Yeah, I was thinking of increasing my Airtel speed, and I'm gonna have some serious words with them. Look at that. Anyway, cool. We're back online, right? Just give me a thumbs up if you can like hear me and see me. I want to quickly check my thing on this. Hold on, huh? Interweb. Roti, kapda, makan, or internet, huh? How's that for आजकल के absolutely ज़रूरी चीजें? Quickly, checking. Live चल रहा है. Oh, great. The lag भी कम हो गया है. Okay, my chat is what is not working. My chat is what is disconnected. Hold on. I want to open up the chat once more. Apologies for the disruption. I'm just going to pop this chat out. And I'm figuring it out. All right, great. Thank you. All right, lag now good, fine. All right. Rushabh, thank you. All right. Cool. Where were we at? So this question is from Redox Reactions. All right, ये भी doable है. Okay, we got to do this from first principles. So ध्यान से करने वाली चीज है. It's doable, but you could also choose to skip it because अरे इसमें शुरू कैसे करें? Maybe you're thinking that way because इस टाइप के सवाल कम दिखते हैं. Maybe you can also call it solid state in a way, right? Solid state maybe oxidation reduction of that. But I think you can do this from redox ideas. Don't need anything else. Metal deficient oxide sample. So this is definitely solid state. Okay. M is present in both +2 and +3 oxidation states, and Y is in the +3 oxidation state. If the fraction of M2 plus ion is present and by 1 by 3, value of X is what? So what do you do? The basic idea is charge balance. That's it. Charge balance and number of ions, right? So charge balance, oxygen ka is the only negative ion is -8. Now that is going to be equal to the total charge on the positive ions. Okay, that's the only idea we've got to use. So how do we do that? What's the expression that we should set up? Yeah. Nah, don't worry. I think our dependence on internet is let's see how that goes, man. Yeah, I know. Roti kapda makan internet. I know, Aditya. Here, how do you set up the equation of it? It says m by 3. So if I take it as x, right, the value of x kya hogi? So if I take x by 3 times 2, because that's going to be equal to the total charge of m2 plus, right? Cool. So similarly, I could also get the total charge of m3 plus. How do I get that? Well, 1 by 3 fraction. दूसरा बचा कितना? 2 by 3 fraction into 3. Okay, this is a multiplication sign. X or into look similar, right? That's it. So this is the charge of m3 plus. Now, if I add both of these up, it should be equal to 8. That is the only expression you have to set up. That's it. You're sorted. And you have to solve it. Really, that's all you've got to do. Okay. And of course, you have to add, yeah, my bad. You also have to add y ka 6. Okay. You also have to add y ka contribution, which is 2 times plus 3. So you also have to add this. Okay, great. So 8, which is oxygen, and this is y ka contribution. This is 2 plus ka contribution. This is 3 plus ka contribution. Okay. When you add all of this together, you get a nice neat number x to be 6 by 8, which is 0.75. Very doable question. I would say IEEE, maybe not JEE main, but sure, IEEE. All right, doable. Both these questions are doable. Now, this question, I feel ये वाला भी doable organic. Probably one of the few organic questions that are doable. Yeah. You've got L-glucose, you've got HI and heat, and you've got Cr2O3 775. The moment you see this, ना, आपको क्या लगता है क्या होगा? ये देखते ही you would pounce at this and say कि भाई यहाँ बन रहा है benzene. I don't know what is happening before, but यहाँ पे benzene बन रहा है. If you've seen the reaction conditions, you know कि from hexane you get benzene. That's what that is. Okay. Which means you can guess that glucose split up होके वो basically some जगह HI में जो है glucose is getting reduced. That's what happened. Okay, yeah. यहाँ पे red phosphorus तो नहीं लिखा, it is just as HI and heat. It's okay, right? It's all right. We can make an educated guess and say कि ये बन जाएगा. This is going to open up the ring and it's just going to मतलब hemiacetal. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 हाँ hemiacetal से बन जाएगा सीधे straight chain hexane. Okay, that's what the first step does. The second step then is going to give you benzene. Okay, then the next step, this is a doable reaction. Yeah, the next step is, well, you just add chlorine everywhere, excess, and this is what you call it, free radical mechanism, etc., etc. That's it. This is the answer. This is something you would know, yeah, from किस chapter में पढ़ाया गया था इस चीज? I think this is there in haloalkanes. Yeah, yeah, I think this is there in haloalkanes, right? You can figure this out from there. So again, a doable question. 3 out of 3, not bad, huh? Not bad. 3 out of 3. I'm talking about you guys, not me, obviously. For me, organic is harder than it is for you. But yeah, this is it. This is where I would, till now we were 3 out of 3. Now I'm going to go 3 out of 4, right? Because yeah, question I feel is very, very skippable because it's not there. It's not there in NCRT for sure. It's not there in JDD either. I'll tell you where I've heard of this ion. I have heard of PF6 minus क्योंकि ये batteries में use होता है, ठीक है? I keep reading up latest tech, lithium ion batteries and other basically क्या बोलते हैं rechargeable batteries में PF6 minus is used. Sorry, PF6 is used. PF6 minus is used. That's where I've even heard of this. I don't know if you guys have heard of this ion. So it's a tricky thing, guys. Like which is why I feel कि mostly skip कर दिया होगा, right? This is in a book, and I found this out from YouTube because I kept searching. Before I came to you, I was like, I need to know the answer to every question. Before I come to you, I need to know the answer. I'm compulsive like that. So I found that it was there on N.N. Greenwood and A. Earnshaw book, a general something. The name of the book is very harmless, okay? It says something like general something chemistry. I'm like, right, of elements. Yeah, that's not very, and it's a very heavy book. I went through it. ऊपर से spent 5 minutes on it. It's a very heavy book. It's like JDL plus plus. Yeah, I honestly speaking, I don't know why they gave you a question from that book, but well, JEE Advanced has been like that. It's been weird like that. It gives you these kind of questions, what to do, right? कहाँ गया? Pentachloride, this thing and this thing. Yeah, here this is the answer. Yeah, PTF6 or hold on. इतने ज्ञान के बाद, yeah, A should be the answer of this one. No, hold on. See, I don't remember this. I'm gonna have to open the book. The reason I'm not opening the book is I don't have a physical copy. It's a PDF, and that's pirated. I don't want to share that with you. Answer to this question is B. It's in this book by these authors. I couldn't find it anywhere else. Ajeeb cheez hai, right? Yeah, exactly, right, Rushabh? But I'm good though. I'm good now. When I'm with you, I'm good with organic, right? उससे पहले मैं जितना भी रोता हूँ, जो भी करता हूँ, that's my struggle to be prepared. But this is the most organic I've studied in the last 17 years. And it's fun. I'm learning new things every day. But I also now empathize with your pain, especially in JEE Advanced. JEE Main तो मैंने कर लिया था. JEE Main was the first time I started with organic, right, in Jan. जबरदस्ती, which was a little uphill, but ठीक है, मैं कर लिया था. Like समझ आया, ठीक है भाई, every reaction is an acid-base reaction. I can figure this out. When it comes to advanced, things became a little hairy very soon. We'll talk about it. पहले हम लोग करते हैं electrochemistry. I like this question. This is logical. I would say 4 out of 5 right now. Right? This is question number 5. This is Q5. ये 50 है ना? And now we're starting with the next section. This is section 2. Right? Section 2 officially शुरू हो रहा है. This is question 5. Okay. This is doable. I feel very, very doable. You feel regret for not answering this question? All right. No, it's okay. It's okay, Aditya. नहीं किया तो कोई नहीं किया. Yeah. Yeah, question 4 very random. I don't know why JEE does that. JEE asks you some questions of inorganic जो तुम्हारा आंसर करने का कोई चांस ही नहीं है, unless तुम जबरदस्ती कोई random book पढ़े हुए. That's not fair. I don't think that's fair. Maybe that's just to make sure that nobody gets a full score. But कोई बोल रहा था ना social media कि भाई there was somebody who got a full score. So that was interesting. Anyway, let's talk about this question. Aqueous solution of hydrazine is electrochemically oxidized by O2 and thus releasing chemical energy in the form of electrical energy. One of the products generated from the electrical reaction is N2. This is it, man. Like the amount of hints they've given you, you can figure this whole thing out just with that. डरो मत. Life में कभी तुमने N2H4 सुना नहीं है, देखा नहीं है, does not matter. You can figure this out, guys. Like seriously, I'm not kidding. Even if you have never heard of hydrazine, okay, obviously heard of hydrazine for organic chemistry, but if you've never seen a reaction, you can still figure it out. दो चीजें हैं, ठीक है? One is N2H4 is going to N2. मतलब it is getting oxidized. It's getting oxidized, right? And oxygen is getting reduced. ठीक है, यहां पे था हाइड्रोजन -2 स्टेट पे. हाउ -2? इट इज +4 फ्रॉम हाइड्रोजन, राइट? +2n is equal to 0. So n must be equal to -2. So this guy is getting oxidized to 0. मतलब this is getting reduced. अब कहां होता है रिडक्शन, कहां होता है ऑक्सीडेशन? That is all you have to do. And you can balance this reaction out. It is very doable. Balancing की जरूरत है. बैलेंस की जरूरत नहीं है, बट मैंने जबरदस्ती बैलेंस कर दिया क्योंकि मुझे इलेक्ट्रोकेमिस्ट्री में मजा आता है, स्पेशली व्हेन डन फ्रॉम फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल्स. टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन यू डोंट नीड एनी ऑफ दैट, बट वी विल डू इट एनीवे. हम लोग करेंगे क्योंकि मजा आ रहा है यार मुझे इसमें. N2H4 gives N2. What is this? This is reduction. Okay, no, hold on. This is oxidation. This is reduction right over here. Right? You're going from 0 to -1. You're going from 0 to -2. You're going from -2 to 0. All right. Now let's balance this. Right? कितने चाहिए इसको इलेक्ट्रॉन? एक एटम को चाहिए 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन. 2 एटम तो 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन चाहिए. Let's do that. Let's add 4 electrons here. Similarly, इस तरफ हम लोग ऐड करेंगे 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन to get to this. Why 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन? Because भाई each oxygen चाहिए 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन. So put a 2 over here to balance this. But does that balance everything out? Let's keep it like this. Okay, 2 रखते हैं. नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या करते हैं? पानी ऐड कर देते हैं. होल्ड ऑन, पानी ऐड करने से पहले यहाँ पे OH ऐड करना है ना. अब यहाँ पे OH कहाँ ऐड करें, किस तरफ करें? सिंस यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन है, let's add 4 OH minus over here and then happily add 4 H2O here. Then we are sorted. Then this is balanced. Okay. Similarly, इस तरफ क्या करोगे? Either you'll add 2 H2O. Right? That's it. That balances this whole thing out. And this is all from first principles. सर के पीछे थोड़ा चला गया. Sorry about that. But this is all from first principles. Okay. अच्छा आदित्य. But ये who is that Rishabh? I have no idea. I am very off from pop culture. You guys have to tell me. आदित्य, but risky है भाई. चक्कर है ना, वो partial marking. अच्छा, Aditya has given a very interesting point. Aditya is saying he attempted this question for partial marking. वो तभी करना चाहिए when you are 100% sure कि एक ऑप्शन तुम्हारा सही है. If you're sure, please mark it. If you're not sure, गलती से छूना नहीं. Yeah, Aditya, I think that's it. Aditya was sure of one of the options. We'll talk about which option. I think I know which option Aditya is talking about. We'll talk about it. खैर, ये ओवरऑल रिएक्शन है. अब सवाल, अब लेट्स लुक एट द ऑप्शंस नाउ. आई नो ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है ऑप्शन के लिए, बट वील लुक एट द ऑप्शन नाउ. आई लाइक दिस, सो आई थॉट आई टेल यू, आई थॉट आई प्रूव टू यू you don't need anything other than first principles to solve this question. That's the most important thing. खैर, चलो, okay. Now, what do we have to do now? Okay. So where is this happening? This is again, this is oxidation, this is reduction. So this must happen at the cathode, and this must happen at the anode. Why? Because red cat and ox, ये सब चीज़ आप बहुत बार पढ़ चुके हैं, जो भी तरीका आप मग करते हो, right? Red cat and ox is what I write, which means red cat and ox के हिसाब से cathode पे molecular oxygen gets converted to OH minus. This you have to mark correct. You know it, okay, for sure. तो C तो mark करना है, okay. दूसरे वाला part, ये वाला, because we have solved it, this is correct. But if you have not confident, maybe you could skip, maybe, right? Maybe skip. So what was our score? हमने कितना नंबर डाला था? We put it at 4 out of 5, right? So I'll put a star here. I'll put a star over here. Either 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. Like 3 star. Star, मतलब 3.5 kind of a thing. Because C तो definitely सही है. A करोगे तो करोगे. And this again is wrong, so you will not mark it. This is important. You will not mark it, okay? Because it's not at the cathode. This is at the anode, right? ये भाई साहब हो रहा है oxidized, so that's not right. दूसरी चीज oxidized hydrogen are major byproducts. This you're not sure of, you will not mark it anyway. You're not sure of D. If you don't know the reaction, you're not sure of D, you will not mark it. So if you're marking, you should mark C. Aditya, which one did you mark? अभी आप मुझे बताओ. Since you're participating, I'll ask you. आपने कौन सा mark किया आपके हिसाब से? It's a smart strategy to mark this partially. Now, talking about smart strategies, a smart strategy would be to leave this question. Now, I'm partially kidding. Partial marks, right? So partial kidding. 4 out of 6. I think this question should be attempted. 5 out of 6, or let's say 4 star out of 6. Why 4 star out of 6? Because इसमें again this is partial marking, and I know for sure कौन सा एक option तो I know for sure are correct, or even 2 of them I know for sure are correct. The third one I'm not sure, so I may not mark. Okay. शुभांकर राज जी, definitely देखना चाहिए. ये वाला सवाल मत देखो, आंख बंद करके बैठ जाओ. ये वाला सवाल देखो 11th में डर जाओगे, you will stop studying organic. ठीक है? No, I'm kidding. This question is okay. This question is okay, शुभांकर. Please attend it. जितना समझ में आता है समझो. After you study the chapter, फिर से पढ़ लेना, फिर से देख लेना. I think JEE का 25 में दे रहे हो, it's very good for you to be doing it. Whether you do it now or later is up to you. Okay. Now what is happening here? Conversion from P to Q में कौन से steps हैं और कुछ order है steps के. You will see that all the reagents are the same. It is just the order that is being tested. देखो, same है. Lindlar's catalyst, okay. SnCl2HCl, which is Stephan reduction. Cyanide को I'll get बनाता है. NaBH4, which is a common reagent. Very strong base. Very strong. Like it gives H. Okay, very strong H. H3O plus. Okay, cool. ये सब दिया हुआ है. और Lindlar's catalyst. What is Lindlar's catalyst? Lindlar's catalyst you may have studied in 11th standard. ट्रिपल बॉन्ड को डबल बॉन्ड बना देता है. सबसे सिंपल वाला वो है. NaBH4 also you may have heard of. NaBH4 basically ये कीटो ग्रुप को अल्कोहल ग्रुप बना देता है, ठीक है। सो वेयर इज कीटो बिकमिंग अल्कोहल? हियर इज कीटो बिकमिंग अल्कोहल, ठीक है। तो मे बी NaBH4 विल बी यूज्ड टू डू दैट, बट देयर इज समथिंग एल्स। NaBH के बारे में थोड़ी बात करना चाहता हूं मैं। सौरभ, वाई ब्रो? हम लोग जे एडवांस के सवाल की बात कर रहे हैं। इफ यू हैव अ डाउट सौरभ, बात करो ना। व्हाट इज दिस स्पैमिंग? क्या तुम लोग बहुत यूट्यूब में थोड़ा एटिकेट से बात करो ना। हियर इज where you can reach me, right? Go to the bento links, etc., etc. Come on to Discord. लोगों से बात करो, अपना आइडिया बताओ कि why are you asking this question? ये डाउट कहाँ से आया? आराम से करो। I know you're not used to this, right? Because इंटरनेट पे नॉर्मली डाउट पूछने का आपको ऑप्शन मिलता नहीं है. So I understand where you're coming from as well, right? तो तुरंत आंसर चाहिए. बट मैं सजेशन देता हूँ, कम ऑन टू दीज डिस्कशन प्लेटफॉर्म्स, आराम से बात करना वहां पे, यू विल गेट योर आंसर फॉर श्योर. देयर आर अमेजिंग स्टूडेंट्स दैट विल हेल्प यू. ठीक है सौरभ? ऑलराइट, लेट्स गेट बैक टू दिस. NaBH4 is interesting though. It does this, but it also reduces some other things. It reduces imines. अगर इमीन है तो इमीन को भाई साहब बना देगा अमीन. अब इमीन क्या होता है, अमीन क्या होता है, राइट? This is an imine, this is an amine. If you study this thing, nitrogen containing compounds, you will study that. So it reduces something, it does not reduce something. What does it not reduce? It does not reduce esters and amides. Oh, amide और ester को नहीं करता है. कहाँ है amide और ester? यहाँ पे है ester. amide तो यहाँ नहीं दिख रहा है, but ester को नहीं करता है. हम लोग सारे reagents को एक बार explore करेंगे. This is NaBH4. So it's a very strong base, right? I don't know why I was saying acid. Like BH3 is going to be an acid, like BCl3. ये सब acidic है. The moment you add H to it, it's basic. It's very strong base. It deprotonates water, ROH, and also acid. Okay, it's a very strong base. All right, cool. HNCl to HCl. Now this is the special one, the Stephan reduction. इसको name reaction दिया हुआ है. Yeah. So Shubhankar, you can always, yeah. That's where I'm at. Use the links on Telegram or on Discord. All right, I'm going to go back to this discussion. Telegram, Discord, you can find me. My ID is ITCam. All right, the links are on the bento thing that I've pinned over here, also in the description. All right, so Stephan reduction में क्या होता है? The cyanide group becomes, ये एक salt बनाता है, ठीक है? It forms this. This is the intermediate step, which is an imine. After that, जब उसको और पानी में डालो, basically steam distillation is what you see in some places you see hydrolysis. कुछ होता है. That sounded so bad, bro. But yeah, steam distillation के बाद it gives you what you need, which is this. Stephan reduction is this right here. Okay, SnCl2 is this thing right here. Okay. Now here is the complication, and this is what will give you the answer as well. Right? NaBH4 अगर मैं SnCl2 के बाद डालूंगा, तब तो ये अमीन बना देगा. And I don't have any amine over here, which is why the first two options should be incorrect according to me, and I can safely mark C and D. बाकी तो चलता है. But the main problem is between NaBH4 and SnCl2. SnCl2 will go all the way to aldehyde, but ये NaBH4 हमने देखा शुरुआत में जो कीटो ग्रुप को जो है रिड्यूस कर देगा further. Okay, it will definitely do that. So if you have NaBH4 after SnCl2, that seems like a risky thing to do. ठीक है? So this logic के साथ C and D should be correct, and that you should mark for sure. A वाले के बारे में we'll talk a little bit more. Let's talk about Lindlar's catalyst, the easier ones right now. Lindlar's catalyst क्या करता है? Triple bond पे double bond बनाता है. H3O plus, what does it do? It converts ether to OH. It converts ester to acid. Great. I have ester, I have acid. बढ़िया. And also, what is this last bit? Yeah, ठीक है. This is a weird thing that's happening over here. CH3CO पूरा चला जा रहा है. OH. What is that? That is also with H3O plus. वही तो चीज है. एस्टर के हाइड्रोलिसिस पे आपको मिलता है एक एसिड और एक अल्कोहल, दोनों चीजें मिलती है, राइट? सो थिंक अबाउट इट फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. दैट्स व्हाट एन एसिड कैटलाइज, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? हाइड्रोलिसिस. या एसिड कैटलाइज हाइड्रोलिसिस, दैट्स ऑल इट इज ऑफ एन एस्टर. ओके, ठीक है. ओके, सो दिस is the main thing that I want to talk to you about. That I feel that the answers for sure are C and D, and A is contested. Okay, contested मतलब I'll wait for the JEE to give us the key whether A is right or not. Okay, क्योंकि एक तरीका सोचने का ये है कि अगर NaBH4 SnCl2 के बाद आ गया तो यार ये तो इमीन को रिड्यूस कर देगा. दूसरा तरीका सोचने का ये, यार देखो HCO प्लस तो एंड में है, तो वो रिमेंबर दैट स्टीम डिस्टिलेशन स्टेप, SnCl2 or HCl will give you this imine. Okay. But uska next wala step, that is not there. If this is not there, it will strictly not mess with amides, NaBH4. So maybe A could be correct as well. But I feel confident about C and D, so I will mark this, which is why I'm going with 4-star, or was it 5-star? Huh? It was 5 and 6. It was 5 and 4. Right? So it was 5-star out of 6 or 4-star out of 6. Yeah, this is what I'm going for. This is like the best possible score, and this is like a really good score. This is also really, really good. But when I say best, I mean like probably topping chemistry kind of a best, right? And really good score still the 4-star. All right. 182, that's a crazy, yeah, kuch hota hai. Yeah, that was funny. I know. Galti se. Okay, that was not intended. I take pride in my jokes, right? So if I would crack one, I would definitely own it. You got 182, bro. That's a crazy score. Nursing 182 is a very, very good score. I get goosebumps. It's great. Lovely. That's huge score, man. You're getting a good rank. Yeah, what is this crying smiley? हाँ भाई आईआईटी बॉम्बे सीएससी नहीं मिलेगा कम ऑन वो तो मीम वाली चीजें हैं नर्सिंग इट्स अ ग्रेट स्कोर ब्रो 182 इज अ लवली स्कोर खैर नाउ हियर इज अ क्वेश्चन दैट जिसको मैंने ढिंडोरा पीट के सब लोगों को बोला कि देखो ये सवाल आया था मैंने आपको बोला था और आया था आई डोंट थिंक दैट मैटर्स सो मच इट जस्ट अ कोइंसिडेंस लाइफ में कोइंसिडेंस होते रहते हैं उसको ज्यादा यू डोंट रीड इनटू देम ठीक है बट लुक आई एम इन द सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग बिजनेस सो आई हैव टू डू इट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड वेयर आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम आई हैव टू डू इट बिकॉज इट गिव्स पीपल रीच टू आर ऑसम कंटेंट अदरवाइज यार दुनिया को पता नहीं चलता है कि हम लोग इतना वंडरफुल चीजें बना रहे हैं सो मैंने बताया दुनिया को देखो 5 दिन पहले मैंने सॉल्व किया और जेई में आ गया all right we solved it a week before the exam anyway a quick way to answer this is to जो ट्रिक थी या ऋषभ ने भी हम बात की ऋषभ श्लोक दोनों थे उस वीडियो में where we spoke about the trick check the average oxidation state अगर average oxidation state ओरिजिनल ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट से ज्यादा आ रहा है मतलब दाल में कुछ काला है मतलब ऑक्सीजन का peroxide लिंकेज है what do I mean you check the average oxidation state in सबका ठीक है इधर +6 आता है +7 +4 +8 now these are your outliers +7 +8 सल्फर थोड़ी हो सकता है सल्फर has 6 electrons boss maximum क्या होगा कि it will give you oxidation state of +6 what is 7 and 8 so now think about it why did this happen this happened because we assumed that oxygen has a negative -2 का oxidation state but it does not some of them have -1 इसीलिए इसका एक ज्यादा हो गया 6 became 7 मतलब एक peroxide linkage 8 दो peroxide bro that is all you need check it out these are structures ये एनसीईआरटी का स्निप है डायरेक्टली एनसीईआरटी से चीजें आ रही हैं गुड फॉर यू राइट गुड फॉर यू जिसने एनसीईआरटी खोल के पढ़ लिया दिस इज द वन peroxide linkage in this one right here H2 नहीं peroxide sorry this is the one peroxide linkage here is the other one the 1 and 2 peroxide linkage वो मैंने सही नहीं बोला था 1 peroxide linkage ignore that 1 and 2 वाला ignore that it is not that direct but basically average oxidation state here it gives you 7 which it should not it should be 6 because of this middle वाला चीज right where both of these have a negative one. If you want to go into a little bit of detail, redox वाला revision करना चाहते हो, देखो इन दोनों bonds में, yeah, right here, this is delta minus delta plus. Similarly, delta minus delta plus. तो इन सब का +6 contribution यहाँ पे हो जाता है. इन दोनों के बीच में there is nothing. It's the same atom, right? So इसका contribution side का 0, इस तरफ का -1. Hence इसका -1. This is how we do it. This is very basic stuff from redox reactions. जो मैंने जबरदस्ती सिखाता हूं आपको ऑल द आपके सिलेबस में हो या ना हो वी हैव टू डू दिस दीज आर बेसिक्स वी शुड डू दिस ओके नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं सिंग गुड जॉब yeah exactly Rishabh to form a complete monolayer of acetic acid this is may seem a little tricky but I feel doable or 4-star no it was or 5-star out of 7 right and the reason I'm putting a star over here because I said C and D and कुछ लोग बोले थे A भी सही होगा but I don't see how A is correct so I'm quite confident it should just be C and D after inputs from I'll tell you Linar P yeah that was the person on Discord जिसने बहुत confidently मुझे बताया कि कैसे उसके हिसाब से A नहीं होगा then I went and read up a little bit more about it I'm like yeah sure A नहीं होगा because the solution that I got उसमें तो A था I'm like ना I feel A नहीं होना चाहिए so thanks for that Linar Linar P that was his name he has a photo of that guy, you know, Futurama ka cartoon, the main guy. Anyway, that's his pic on Discord. Yeah, to complete, this is question number 7, I want to say. 7 है क्या? नहीं, this is question 8. हम लोग ने कुछ, I feel like मैं कुछ खा गया यहाँ पे. 5 out of 8? Hold on, let me just check. Where did question 7 go? Oh, I didn't count this one. So 5 became, yeah, +1 on both sides. I didn't even count this question. That's how funny this one. Okay. So this is 7-star out of 8 or 6 star out of 8. That's what we are at. Okay, great. 1 gram of charcoal, 100 ml of 0.5 molar acetic acid was used. Okay. To complete mono layer of acetic acid on charcoal. Okay, charcoal 1 ग्राम दिया तो है, बट उसका सरफेस एरिया बहुत ज्यादा होगा, बहुत फाइनली डिवाइडेड चारकोल होगा, तो इसलिए उस पर एक सिंगल लेयर बन रही है एसिटिक एसिड की. दिस इज फ्रॉम सरफेस केमिस्ट्री. To neutralize the unabsorbed acetic acid, 40 ml of 1 molar NaOH solution was required. ठीक है, so you kind of know कि कितना absorbed है, कितना unabsorbed है, right? You can back calculate. Okay, great. If each molecule of acetic acid occupies some area, find the value of P. How do we do this? Let's take a hammer to this. This approach हम लोग let's start. This is doable. Trust me on this. Unabsorbed कितना है? 40 millimole. क्यों? 40 milliliter into 1 molar NaOH. Molarity, normality same है. ठीक है. Okay. Adsorbed कितना है? 50 minus 40 मतलब 10 ml. Why do 0.5 into 100 ना? इसकी भी m equal to n. Okay. Please keep up. Okay. Now I'm just very directly using millimole, which is 10 power minus 3 mole. Okay. When I multiply milliliter with mole, it becomes millimole. That's all I've done so far. This is an important number. Okay. 10 millimole. Look at the units of surface area of charcoal. It says 1.5 10 power minus 2 meter square per gram. But मुझे चाहिए, what do I want? I've been given meter square per gram, but I want, I will not write I want, seems very edgy teen vibe, and I'm not going to do that. You need meter square per molecule. That is the unit I need. And trust me, you can figure this out just by units and dimensions. कि क्या किसको multiply करना है, किसको divide करना है. Meter square per molecule. I have meter square per gram. चलो, let us multiply with 1 gram. Okay, done. मीटर स्क्वायर पर ग्राम. ठीक है, ग्राम चला गया, फिर भी मॉलिक्यूल नहीं है. मॉलिक्यूल कैसे लेके आए? मॉलिक्यूल, लेट्स पुट Na at the bottom. Why? What will Na do? Na is number of molecule. Na is molecule per mole. अरे वाह, मॉलिक्यूल आ गया, ग्रेट. बट नाउ मोल भी आ गया. अब मोल को कैसे हटाया जाए? मोल ऊपर आ गया, लेट अस डिवाइड बाय मोल. 10 power 10 into 10 power minus 3 mole. That is all I will do. Literally that. You see, जो मैंने अभी घोचा बोची की, that is all you've got to do. Units and dimensions say you will cancel everything out. See, फिर से repeating what I said, gram gets cancelled out. Meter square per molecule is what I need, right? Mole and mole gets cancelled out. That's it. So now substitute. Last step is substitute. Similar 2023, पता नहीं यार. रात गई बात की, आज जो हुआ संडे को, उसकी हम लोग बात करते हैं. इस सवाल को भी कंप्लीटली, आई लाइक दिस क्वेश्चन. इट वाज अ ग्रेट क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज़ ज्यादा एफर्ट नहीं लगाना पड़ा. टाइम थोड़ा लगा, मुझे टाइम लगा, आप लोग तो जल्दी करते हो कि क्या करें कैसे करें. तो आई लाइक, लेट्स डू इट फ्रॉम यूनिट्स एंड डायमेंशंस. आई फाउंड दिस टू बी द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. ओके, कूल. Substitute everything, right? Denominator में put this mole over here. You see why I did that? Because I need to get rid of that mole that I added because of this. The basics of mole concept से आप इसको solve कर सकते हो. ठीक है, बेसिक स्ट्रॉन्ग होना बहुत जरूरी है जेईई एडवांस में. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट प्रूफ ऑफ दैट. कैंसिल एवरीथिंग आउट, यू विल गेट 2500 इज द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ा जाए. या this is the next question. I think this is question 9 now. Where are we at? Question 9. Great. So we are 8 star out of 9 so far. ये वाला भी कर लेंगे हम लोग. That's why I'm putting 8 star out of 9 or 7 star out of 9. This is also physical chemistry question. We will 100% do. अगर आपने गलती से solution chapter बस NCERT भी पढ़ी है, you will be able to solve this. Really, this is from NCERT. You should be able to solve this if you have read. Big if, right? कुछ लोग चैप्टर स्किप कर देते हैं. So if you're skipping chapters and you skip solution, that is difficult. But if you've done it, you will get this आसानी से. Vessel 1, कुछ mass है, कुछ non-volatile solute, and W1 gram of water. They're taking the same amount of water here, okay? And same mass also. बढ़िया है, चीजें cancel out हो जाएंगी. But करना क्या है? Both of them are the same temperature and pressure. The molar mass of X is 80% that of Y. The Van Hoff factor of X is 1.25 Y. The respective concentrations. What is the elevation of boiling point of solution in terms of percentage of vessel 2? अच्छा, so I will write delta TB1, delta TB2 with these things. All I have to do is do delta TB1 by delta TB2 and multiply it with 100. That will be the percentage. What did I write here? Why did I write this? देखो, by putting something in the denominator, I am saying that there is one unit of it. ये समझ में आ रहा है? This is basic arithmetic. Per kilometer, per mole, per hour. मतलब I am taking 1 hour, 1 kilometer, 1 mole. So per delta TB2 मतलब I have taken 1 unit of that. वही तो चाहिए, percentage. अब per 1 हो गया, multiply with 100. Hence you get percent, per 1, per 100. That's it. That is all you have to do. This is the single most important thing of this question. ये अगर नहीं किया तो बाकी सब करने कोई फायदा नहीं है. ठीक है. I'll tell you where there will be mess ups in this question. इसको करते हैं. Rest of it is very straightforward. Huh? Right? Ix, Iy, W1 by My. Why My? Because look, this is mole of solute. ठीक है, जो मैंने हाईलाइट किया. What is this? This is mass of solvent in kg. ठीक है, यही लिखा है मैंने. Not very hard to catch up, right? You company, पहला question, first question, you company जी. Of you can maybe go back in my video, drag the slide all the way to the starting, maybe 2-3 मिनट के मार्क पे. That's the first question. It's on Bohr's atomic model, जो मैंने अभी solve किया है. I did the Bohr session with you also just last week. So just using that Bohr's atomic model, you'll be able to solve that question. Really, I'm not messing with you. मतलब NCERT plus sort of question. ठीक है, cool. Okay. After this, what you got to do? Right? Ix is 1.2 times Iy, Mx is 0.8 My. Substitute. Literally first principle से करना है इसको. Substitute करने के बाद divide करो दोनों को. Divide करने के बाद you get to be 3/2. Hence the answer is 150. Now this is where people will mess up. उनको लग रहा है कि ये 1.5 गुना उसका है. मतलब कि in increase of 50%. So I have seen people mark 50% as the answer. Please don't do that. Don't do this. इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ पहली चीज understand the question. Understand what the question is asking for. I think that's extremely important in JEE Advanced. Okay? That's the most important thing. You got to understand what the question is asking for. All right. Great. This is question number 10. Now, I will go 8 star out of 10. And I can also go 9 star actually. I could go 9 star on this one. And I will go, जो 8 था ना, let's go 7 star out of 10. मतलब कि it's slightly difficult. If you don't know the starting point of this, you can't do this question. But अगर आपने थोड़ा सा biomolecules पढ़ा है, then you'll know what to do. Hence, I'm saying like the best score would be this, and really good score still would be this so far. Okay, 7 out of 10. This is question number 10 right now. Okay, double strand DNA. अरे बाप रे आशुतोष जी, झा जी, thank you for sharing your score. Lovely score. Congratulations. See you Rishabh. See you. Question 10. हाँ, तो unless you know this basic idea, यार मैं basic, I'm not saying basic to taunt you anywhere, बस बोल रहा हूँ कि this is the basics of biomolecules. ठीक है, कि A बनाता है 2 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड with T, G बनाता है 3 हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड with C. ओके, और यूरासिल नहीं होता है भाई डीएनए में, वो आरएनए में होता है. दैट इज ऑल यू नीड टू नो. उतना तो मैं भी जानता हूँ. आई एम नॉट अ बायो गाय, सो दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव टू just have a general idea about. The amount of energy required to split the double strand DNA into 2 single strands is what? So double strand, single strand है क्या? There is a hydrogen bond happening between this and its complement. Okay? ये single strand या double bond, इसका जो है दूसरा strand यहाँ पे होगा. क्या होगा? इसके against होगा T, इधर होगा C, इधर होगा A, इधर होगा G, इधर होगा T, so on and so forth. They are complementary, right? Complementary बोलते हैं ना, थोड़ा मुझे correct लगना. यार if I'm using a wrong lingo, please help me out. You see the average bond energy of AT pair, GC pair दिया हुआ है. AU pair भी जो है, but we don't need this because AU is for RNA. This is a distractor. Okay, this is a distractor. Please ignore this part. ठीक है? So this is the starting point. AT and GC. So this is the sort of structure I will make over here. Structure मतलब this is the pairing, the code, decoding करने के लिए हमको ये करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So I have marked over here, यहाँ पे double bond, यहाँ triple, यहाँ double, यहाँ triple, यहाँ double, यहाँ triple, etc. Okay, cool. Now we have to count कितने हैं AT, how many of these and how many of GC. That's all. AT के मुझे मिल रहे हैं 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7 of AT. GC के कितने हैं? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 of GC. All right. So let's write that down. Okay. Next step क्या है? There are 2 hydrogen bonds over here. So I'll multiply with 2 into energy of hydrogen bonds. Okay. Into 3 into hydrogen bonds की energy. But for which hydrogen bonds? For GC. दोनों की energy अलग है. ठीक है? इससे ले लेना. This is another place where students could mess up. The answer for this seems like it's very doable, which is why I said that ये वाला तो अगर पढ़ा है तो should do. This is not that far out. This is not that far out physical chemistry के point of view से. So very nice interpolation of say thermo and biomolecules. So I like this. I really appreciate JEE Advanced doing this, for making an effort into such papers. I really like this. Yeah. Uday ji, yes, welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. Thank you, thank you. अरे वर्चुअल प्रणाम आपको भी, वर्चुअल प्रणाम. You guys are awesome. अरे नहीं, पैर वैर तो भगवान के छू जाते हैं, हमसे प्रणाम करिए. Thank you so much for your inputs and lovely score, Uday. You're like a hero. Thank you so much for sharing your scores. I will definitely share with my team. नहीं सोमेश, एग्जाम्पलर मैंने कहा था जेई मेन के लिए. सोमेश जी, थैंक यू फॉर योर इनपुट्स. जेई मेन के लिए एग्जाम्पलर कराया था. एडवांस के लिए मैंने एंड में, वो जो सीरीज की आप बात करो ना, उसके एंड पे मैंने हर हर चैप्टर के एंड में मैंने 2 सवाल किए थे. दोज वर एडवांस लेवल. ठीक है. बट सोमेश, इफ यू हैव सीन डन द एडवांस, यू मस्ट हैव एस जेई मेन. जेई मेन में तो आपको टॉप स्कोर आया होगा अगर आपने एग्जाम्पलर किया है. खैर, 41 किलो कैलोरी शुड बी the answer of this question right here. But yeah, NCERT से करने से I have proven to you that the physical chemistry questions can be done using just NCERT. सोमेश जी, ये that is why I'm counting the number of questions that should be doable. ठीक है. This is another physical chemistry question that we should be able to do, but ये calculation heavy है, which is why I understand कि अगर कुछ लोग इसको नहीं करना चाहें, right? This is calculation heavy. इसीलिए I have put this still at 7 star. I'm keeping it at 7 star from last time. 7 star ही था ना. Star basically means कि कुछ partial marking वाला scene, okay? हाँ, 7 star था, right? So 7 star and 10 star. 10 star मतलब this is like the best score out of this. Doable है, right? This is from the basics of kinetics. But only thing you got to do is understand कि ये mass और moles में क्या relationship है. Literally that's it, right? Because when you're trying to do any radioactive decay, right, the expression you're going to have to use is this: ln A naught by A is equal to K into T half, because it's a first life process, a first order process. All right, and T half is half life. It has only uranium 238. With time, it becomes lead 206. Oh, 206 है क्या? मैंने पूरा सवाल 207 से किया है, बट ठीक है, भावनाओं को समझो थोड़ा, आप लोग कैलकुलेशन कर देना. While the rest of it remains undisintegrated. With what half life इसका दिया है, p into 10 power 8 years, the ratio of mass of pb this to that is found to be 7. तो mass ratio दिया है. And what is this? This is a naught. 2 बार क्यों लिख दिया है? हाँ, mass ratio दिया हुआ है. So what do we do? Can we use it as it is, or should we do something else here? I feel that mass ratio will not suffice, because what is ln A naught by A? Ln A naught by A is going to be the number of moles, okay, mole of say uranium, and then mole of uranium at time t. You'll at 0 and at time t. That is what we need to get at. Okay, कैसे करेंगे? देखो, from the basics idea of fractions, that's how we'll figure this out. क्या करेंगे? देखिए. So uranium 238 becomes lead 207. Should be 206, but it doesn't matter so much. I'll show you why it doesn't matter. Mass ratio of lead to uranium at time t, जिसपे हमको निकालना है, क्या निकालना है? The age of the sample, right? कितना टाइम इसका निकला है, वो हमको निकालना है. Okay, that is the time we're supposed to find out. Okay, years. Wow, that's a lot of years, huh? That's a lot of years. 10 by 8 years. I mean, some things we can't even imagine. Anyway, half life इसकी दी हुई है. So this is what I'm talking about. When I talk about mass, it's going to be equal to moles times molecular mass. Okay, so the ratio is actually this. That's the only thing you have to be careful about. NB by NU is this. So technically, NPB by NU is going to be equal to 7 into 238 by 207. अगर आप थोड़ा इसको थोड़ा effort लगाओगे, you will get that this is simply equal to 8. Okay, this is the part that's hard about this approximation, or this actual, arithmetic. This arithmetic is hard. इसके अलावा the question is not that hard at all. ठीक है. I will do from first principle, जो आप chemical equilibrium में पढ़ चुके हो, और kinetics में भी यही same चीज पढ़ाई है. And again, kinetics is another chapter that I'm doing right now, and I've done similar stuff for NEET students, so it doesn't really matter who it's for. Yeah, absolutely. Aditya, sorry, Aradhya Brawl Stars. Okay, gamer Aradhya. Yeah, thank you for noticing. Yeah, we did that, and एक और question था. In fact, not just that, there was one more question that we did that came directly. अभी मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा कौन सा, but it's okay. It's an inorganic question. It's just a coincidence. I'm glad it helped you. If it helped you, I'm glad it helped you. All right. So at time t, I go n into 1 minus alpha and n alpha. Now n alpha is going to be equal to n of Pb, and n into 1 minus alpha is equal to nu. This is important. This is extremely important because with this now in dono se I will get its value in n. Oh, see what I will started off this session with. This question. I started the question of ln a naught by a is equal to ln 2 by t half into t. What is this? This is k, right? This is k itself. Okay, मैंने बताया था this is approximately 8. ठीक है? Now if I add both of these, what do I get? I get n itself, right? If I add both of these, I get n and I get nu plus npb. Look at that. Look at that. So now I can write this as ln n by n at time t, which is basically this right here. This then becomes nu plus npb divided by n of u. Maybe अगर आपने कुछ मॉड्यूल्स किए कोचिंग के एंड ऑल दैट, यू मे इवन रिमेंबर दिस रिलेशनशिप. हो सकता है आपको याद भी रहे, बट दैट्स नॉट हाउ वी ऑपरेट. वी डोंट ऑपरेट लाइक दैट गाइस. वी टेक थिंग्स फ्रॉम फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल. टाइम है, बहुत टाइम है एडवांस में, कोई टाइम की कमी नहीं है. करो यार, आराम से करो, हो जाता है, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. ओके, सो वी गॉट दिस. नाउ फ्रॉम द आइडिया ऑफ रेशियो एंड प्रोपोर्शंस, इसको बस दूसरी तरफ ले आओ यार. मेक दिस एज 1 plus npb by nu, which is equal to 1 plus 8, which is 9. So you get ln 2 into t by t half is equal to ln 9. ठीक है? This is the expression that you get. This is the expression that you get. Now, इसमें से if you solve, you will get the answer between 141 to 143. But I think JEE Advanced will take care of this. Don't worry about this number. I don't think they care about your calculation. They have a wide range in JEE Advanced, so you'll be good with this. You'll be good with this. ठीक है? This is the approximate answer of this. इतना काफी है. देखो, अब यहाँ पे आ गए. दिस इज लाइक अ जेई एडवांस क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम माय टाइम. इस टाइप के सवाल मेरे टाइम में आते थे. मैंने लिखा था जेई 2006 में. ओके, और उससे पहले था पेपर सब्जेक्टिव. तो सब्जेक्टिव पेपर इस टाइप के सवाल आते थे. भाई तुमको थोड़ा बहुत करना है एंड इन द एंड यू विल गेट आंसर्स लाइक दिस. इसी से मिलते थे और आपको वैल्यूज याद याद रखनी होती थी. क्या है? ln 2 is 0.7, 0.693/7. ln 3 is equal to 1.1. Also 2 ln 3 is equal to 1. It's 2.2, which is the same as ln 9. राइट? यही सब थोड़ा बहुत याद रखना पड़ता है. याद बस 2, 3, 5, 7 ये चार वैल्यूज याद रखो. लॉग और एलएन की जे एडवांस में हमेशा हेल्प करता है. ऑल राइट, आगे बढ़ा जाए. आगे बढ़ा जाए. हाउ यू फीलिंग? 50 मिनट हो गए एंड वी आर एट क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 नाउ. व्हाट वाज द नंबर? व्हाट वाज द नंबर? वी वर 9 out of. Now I'm going to put a 9 star out of 11. Let me do 9 star. This is I'm saying I would skip this question. Actually, I would skip it, but I know a lot of you will not skip it. मैं बिकॉज इसमें नेगेटिव मार्किंग इसलिए आप स्किप नहीं करते, तो ठीक है. लेट अस मेक इट 10 स्टार आउट ऑफ 11. बिकॉज आप लोग इसको स्किप करोगे नहीं, इसमें नेगेटिव मार्किंग तो है नहीं. दिस इज द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन. दिस इज द न्यूमेरिकल एंट्री वाला, मतलब नो नेगेटिव मार्किंग. तो आप लोग तो भाई बेझिझक नंबर डाल के आओगे. आई नो. ठीक है, तो लेट्स मेक इट 8 स्टार आउट ऑफ 11. क्या था वो? लेट मी गो एंड चेक. 7 आउट ऑफ 10 था ना पिछला वाला. 11 तो यहीं पे था. अच्छा, 7, 11, 10, 11. ओके, 7, 11, 10, 11. ये 12th क्वेश्चन हो गया. तो 11 out of 12, 11 star out of 12, and 8 star out of 12. Again, I'm just keeping a count of questions where we are at and what is like a really good score and what would be a still decent score. Okay, cool. Tetrahedral geometry. Okay, let's pick the easiest one out first. भाई प्लीज इसको मार्क करके आना. यू हैव टू काउंट P4. यू हैव टू. ओके, प्लीज डोंट नॉट काउंट P4 बिकॉज अरे टेट्राहेड्रल नहीं, पिरामिड. भाई ये टेट्राहेड्रल है. इट्स जस्ट दैट बीच में देयर इज नो एटम. ओके, दिस इज अ रेगुलर टेट्राहेड्रल. बेस्ट एग्जांपल है, एनसीईआरटी में दिया. प्लीज काउंट P4. ओके, नेक्स्ट लेट्स गेट अ लिटिल बिट थिंग्स गेट इंटरेस्टिंग. राइट, ये पहले ही दो देख के लगता है ये दोनों स्ट्रॉन्ग फील्ड लिगैंड है. सिंस स्ट्रॉन्ग फील्ड लिगैंड्स हैं तो मे बी दे विल कॉज पेयरिंग. But even after they cause pairing, will you get DsP2 और sp3? देखना पड़ेगा. In this case, यही तीनों चीजें, और तीनों चीज look like they are kind of the exception, right? You'll see the electronic configuration in lower talk mode. अभी करते हैं. इस वाले में palladium is exceptional again. Palladium का configuration is 4d10. 4s10 लिख दिया. वाह क्या लिखा है? 4d10 होगा. It is 4d8, 5s2 निकल के नीचे ही है, but it becomes 4d10 and pd2 plus becomes 4d8 and hence pairing energy is less than splitting energy. Okay, and यहाँ पे कुछ crazy चीजें होती हैं. Although chlorine is a weak field ligand, it's a weak field ligand, but palladium, because it's a 4d element, उसकी pairing energy is lower than the splitting energy. Splitting energy बहुत ज्यादा हो जाती है because palladium 4d 5d में ऐसा होता है. which is why pairing होगी and this is going to turn out to be DsP2. So we have to cancel out palladium. ठीक है? Okay. Now back to these two. Palladium थोड़ा आसान लग रहा था तो इसलिए उसको मार्क किया. Back to these two. दोनों स्ट्रॉन्ग फील्ड लिगेंड है. ये वाला जेडी ली में एक लाइन लिखा हुआ है कि ये टेट्राहेड्रल है. जेडी ली में है, यू कैन लुक इट अप. ओके. कोबाल्ट के अंदर कोबाल्ट इज निकल के जस्ट पहले ना, तो वट एवर द नंबर इज, या 10 11, ठीक है, देख ले नंबर जो भी है, नंबर याद नहीं है, बट chromium, yeah, atomic number is 27, but I forget which group it belongs to, like 16 17, yeah, transition elements, whatever. कोबाल्ट वाले जो है जेडीली में है, दिस टॉक्स अबाउट द -1 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट ऑफ कोबाल्ट. लोअर ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट हेडिंग के अंदर ये दिया है कि टेट्राहेड्रल है. ना हाउ इज इट टेट्राहेड्रल? लेट्स लुक एट दैट. I have written this down to be CO0, which are crazy things. These are not things, these are very uncommon. I don't know if you have seen this. मैंने तो ये वाला तो कभी नहीं देखा था, पहला वाला. सेकंड वाला तो मैंने कभी टाइम पास करते हुए जेडीली में पढ़ा होगा, बट फर्स्ट वाला आई हैव नॉट सीन एनीवेयर. ओके. 3d8 4s2 इज इट्स थिंग. मतलब 3d7 4s2 में एक और इलेक्ट्रॉन दे दिया तो इट गोज टू हियर. Remember, 3d is higher energy than 4s, and anyway 4s भरा हुआ है, it goes here. Because it is strong field ligand, it forces pairing, और जो है 4s के इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ चले जाते हैं. This must be sp3. Hence, maybe इसके साथ भी यही होता है. यार 3d7 become 3d9. Maybe. This is why I said I can answer, but I'm not so sure about this one. This guy right here. This guy is sp3. Okay. For sure. बाकी कहाँ पे है? बाकी क्या बाकी है? XCF4 तो it is not. We have learned this how many times? This is DsP2 for sure. Let's get it out of the way. ये नहीं है. ICl4 minus is the same. It is the same as XCF4. ये भी नहीं होगा. P4 मैंने बताया था है. So let's count this one. Okay. So far we have 2. हमारे पास 2 हैं अभी तक. Cu plus 1 is 3d10. ये भी sp3 हो गया. So there we have 3. Okay. कहाँ गया? Copper वाला. This is it. So we got 3 so far. और भी कोई है क्या? हाँ भाई जरूर है. PCl4 plus is very similar to NH4 plus. ठीक है? There you've got 4. So 4 for sure, but could also be this. Also this, maybe. So I will wait for the answer key to come out. कि is it DsP2 or is it sp3? उसमें देखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? आंसर की में. I am leaning towards 5, but I think it could also be 4. So let's wait for the answer key. This is why I said कि आप लोग मार्क तो करोगे, अब सही आएगा नहीं आएगा मालूम नहीं. So because we are not sure कि सही आएगा नहीं आएगा, let's keep it at this is question 13. So let's keep it as 11, right? 11 out of 13, and we were 7 out of we were. What was the other number? रुको. It's good to keep track of the questions we are getting right for sure. No, 8 out of 13. Yeah, 8 out of 13. Let's keep it at 8 out of 13. ठीक है. If we get this right. Now I'm going to have to, this also is going to go down one. It's going to be 10 out of 13. No. Yeah, 10 out of 13 and 7 out of 13. Let's keep it as both of those numbers. Right? Let's not change them. वही number रखते हैं. Just checking once again what our numbers were. 11 and 8. Oh yeah, okay. Let's keep it at 11 and 8. Yeah, I don't want to change them. 11 and 8 is good. 11 out of 13, 8 out of 13. ये number क्या है? जो number मतलब this is not doable, bro. I'm sure you're going to skip this. Or if you don't skip it, there's a chance of getting this wrong. Okay. I'll tell you why this is ambiguous. And this is the one that Nimai pointed out. Nimai has got a funny name. He's called Walmart Walter White on Discord. Sorry for doxing him. Nimai ने बताया कि why he feels this may be a little bit weird. Yeah, this last step right here is what could make it weird. We'll talk about this. Gotta get some water. क्या चल रहा है? भाई और बहनों, कोई है चैट में या सब लोग भाग गए? ज्यादा भारी हो गया ना? चलता है, ये एडवांस वाले में ऐसे ही चलता है. इट्स ओके, वी विल डू इट एनीवे. दिस इज गोना बेनिफिट अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल डाउन द लाइन, सो वी विल डू इट एनीवे. आई वांट टू टेक अ 30-second break to drink some water. In the meantime, if you guys want to do time pass, ask me anything on the chat, I guess. I think you will also Professor Chaos at some point in time. All right, organic, huh? Yeah, शुरू होने से पहले इतना ड्रामा. You'll see why. This question is, let's see. थोड़ा मुश्किल तो है. This is hard. This is a hard question. Not an easy question at all. Organic compound P का molecular formula ये है. It gives FeCl3 and does not have intramolecular hydrogen bond. It also reacts with NH2OH to give oxime. And this is where people are going to get stumped and leave the question. भाई ये क्या है? Why on earth would you have oxime? कहाँ से बनता है? इससे बनता है, right? Whatever you get NH2OH, you get this, right? This oxime. And FeCl3 is a test for alcohols usually, and also phenols नहीं देते हैं and something else देते हैं, etc. etc. Oof. FeCl3. How is this going to work out? But do you see that there is some sort of a relationship between these two? This is a keto group. Keto या फिर समझ लो कि keto नहीं है तो carbonyl group है. But to be safe, I'm pretty sure it's keto, right? And C6H6O3 मतलब भाई benzene ring है. I can make an educated guess. I can make an educated guess and just very, very with a big leap of faith, I can say कि it is this. Okay? Big leap of faith. Let us see. This is a leap of faith और कुछ नहीं है. But it works out beautifully, right? Because there is keto-enol tautomerism. Okay, oxime बनता है double bond O से, right? Carbonyl group. Ferric chloride is for alcohols and for enols. There are other groups also, but let's focus on enol पे देता है और इसको देता है. And keto-enol tautomerism is possible. उसके बाद कुछ और चीजें होनी है. We'll read them later. Treatment of P with excess methyl iodide present of KOH produces compound R. Now you may think this is the iodide, क्या बोलते हैं इसको? You may think that this is the iodoform test, but it's not. Okay, we'll wait. Reaction of R with excess isobutyl magnesium bromide followed by treatment with H2O plus gives compound S, and S में आपको methyl group count करना है. We'll do that. We'll do that. The first thing is the most important thing is to take this leap of faith and say कि भाई यही compound है. And this is the keto form, and technically in a way this is the enol form, right? In a way, right? Because resonance structure है enol. I can say it. I can say it. Why not? क्यों नहीं बोल सकता हूँ? बोलने कुछ भी बोल सकता हूँ. This is fine. This works out very nicely. Now in this keto form, it does react to form oximes, and hence this is P and this is Q. This form, okay, this is the keto form is going to be P, not this, not this. Okay, cool. Now, how do I also know this? Because if I do something else, right? Let's see the next step. Methyl iodide, CH3I, in presence of KOH, right? If I do this, if I assume that is ye P hai, then this will just form an ether, right? And that's going to stop the reaction. Ether is not going to react with, क्या बोलते हैं, ये RMGX, ठीक है? Hence, it is not going to be, this is not P. This assumption is good that this is P. Okay. Now, what happens with CH3I and KOH? This is interesting. If you have spent a little bit of time on this, remember कि यहाँ पे दो हाइड्रोजन्स हैं, right? अल्फा ग्रुप पे अल्फा हाइड्रोजन एसिडिक होते हैं, right? कीटो है ग्रुप है, डेल्टा प्लस एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, डेल्टा माइनस, अल्फा हाइड्रोजन एसिडिक. So they'll go away with this. Oh, so you get a negative charge over here. Then K takes I away and you get a positive charge here. So CH3 will come there. This is the next step. Okay. Now this is what is going to form R, and I've got both of these in excess methyl iodide and KOH. So this is not iodoform anything. Please, ये सब इसको ध्यान से करने वाली चीज है. Because if you have got this keto thing till here, then this part is, I feel, doable, right? And as I told you, if CH3 came here, you will get an ether and there's no S. So product R is going to look like this. Now this is going to be massively sterically hindered from anything else happening. Steric hindrance. And this is the one thing I've learned in organic chemistry is steric hindrance kills everything. Steric hindrance is the biggest thing for deciding a reaction happening or not happening. Okay, keep that in mind. Sure. Now here we assume कि बहुत भारी है चीज. देखो, excess isobutyl magnesium. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually speaking, 1, 2, 3, and this is 2 dash, right? Whatever बोलना चाहो तो. So this is on point 2, you've got CH3 here. So this is isobutyl. This is also kind of a sterically hindered. This ये भी भाई बहुत sterically hindered है. What is the reaction that you'll expect to happen? You'll expect, this is expected. You'll expect कि negative विल गो डेल्टा प्लस प्लस, ये भाई साहब हट जाएगा और ये ग्रुप ऐड हो जाएगा। मतलब एक जगह OH बन गया, राइट, उसके बगल में ये ग्रुप ऐड हो गया। दिस ग्रुप इज बीइंग एडेड, ऑल ऑफ these things. This is what you expect. But if you do it this way, by the way, the answer is 12. If you do it like this, but this is big, 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 big if, right? I'm going to quickly share my screen with you. Hold on. I just found this before doing this. Yeah, you should be able to see this right now. Visible, visible, visible. Give me a thumbs up if this is visible. Look at this. This is from a good resource, right? I'll give this link to you as well in the chat. It is pretty sure about this one. Pretty sure about this, that अगर स्टीयरिकली हिंडर्ड कीटोन है, ठीक है, स्टीयरिकली हिंडर्ड कीटोन है, देन दिस इज वेरी लाइकली कि बस भाई ये बस रिड्यूस हो जाता है, दिस डबल बॉन्ड O बिकम्स OH, दैट्स इट, ओके। हाइड्राइड इज ऑल दैट गोज देयर, और कुछ नहीं होता है, ठीक है। So this is a very likely product. I feel that this is more likely than this happening. Most of the people who have been discussing these papers online, I've checked out a few of them, few people who I respect, and I know कि they are sure, but वो लोग भी 12 बोल रहे हैं, तो मैंने भी 12 लिखा है, but I am more confident about 6, right? So I'm going to write the number 6 over here as my answer. 6 is my answer because I think that this is logical, and may I mention this? I checked it on this site that I shared with you. I also checked on this site called Master Organic Chemistry. I'm yet to do this, but I'm pretty sure कि ये March में भी है, okay? JEE March में, but I don't have the physical book, so if I get it, I'll look it up. I don't like doing piracy, right? So I don't want to open up PDF and look it up. If you find it in JEE March somewhere, then बताना कि I feel कि serically hindered अगर Grignard reagent है, and substrate also is serically hindered, this is definitely serically hindered, right? Then the hydride transfers, all that's going to happen, which means the product that I will get would simply be this. Let me draw it down and prove to you कि भाई इसमें 6 ही है. What are the 6 ones here then? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 is the answer that I am confident about, but I see a lot of people giving 12. इसीलिए मैंने उसका आंसर यहाँ पे लिखा है 11 out of 13 और 8 star out of 13. मतलब इसके सही होने के chances depend a lot on your understanding of stuff and also what JEE says. Okay. So we were at 11 out of 13 and we're going to stay at 11 out of 14. 11 star out of 14 and 8 star out of 14. दूसरा पेपर थोड़ा भारी हो रहा लग रहा है भाई, क्या हुआ? सारे सवाल हम लोग कर ही नहीं पा रहे हैं। कर लेंगे 14, 15, 16, 17. These are last 4 questions of today and सबसे भारी वाले यही है. This is सबसे भारी वाले ये दो सवाल है, this one and the next one. And since they are related, I think we are going to stay at this 11 and 8 number, and it's going to go to 12 star and maybe 9 star, right? This is the number it's going to go to. And this is if you get 12 out of 17 of these questions right, you're sorted, bro. If you get anything more than 12, you're probably getting like 1,000 rank or something in the JEE advanced exam. All right. Yeah, this is a heavy question. I'm not scaring you. Look at this. Let's read this. Okay. You got a big molecular formula. Decolorized bromine water. मतलब double bond है. Also shows positive iodoform test. Okay, double bond है. Iodoform test. Iodoform test alcohol देता है और aldehyde देता है, ketone देता है. Right? Anything with a basically CH3 group. Right? So it could also be CH3 alcohol. ये भी देता है. ठीक है? Okay, great. On ozonolysis, मतलब again confirming double bond, followed by treatment with peroxide gives Q and R. Peroxide में मतलब this will give you acid, okay? This will give you acid. While compound Q shows positive iodoform test, R does not give. अच्छा ठीक है, अभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा हो रहा है. Let's do this step by step. ठीक है. P gives iodoform test. नहीं, hold on. P को ozonolysis के बाद दो प्रोडक्ट मिलते हैं, एक iodoform देता है, दूसरा iodoform नहीं देता है. मतलब कि there are 2 OH groups और 2 keto groups, OH या keto carbonyl groups हैं. एक is right next to the terminal carbon, the other one is somewhere in between. Okay, cool. I'll write all this down, don't worry about it. इन दोनों को फिर हम लोग ऑक्सीडाइज करते हैं with PCC with heating. PCC with heating will basically remove CO2. तो एक कार्बन कम कर देगा. And when you remove एक कार्बन, तब ये दोनों पॉजिटिव आयोडोफॉर्म टेस्ट देंगे. नाउ अब आया ऊंट पहाड़ के नीचे. नाउ वी कैन एक्चुअली डू दिस. बट प्रॉब्लम इज इट डजंट एंड हियर. If it ended here, I would have increased that number to 11 to 12 out of 14. I would have. The last part is what goes a little bit bonkers. Complete copolymerization of 500 moles of Q and R gives 1 mole of a single acyclic copolymer U. Acyclic copolymer. Since ये acyclic बोल रहा है, मतलब all these compounds are straight chain. I don't think they're going to be. We'll see about that. So this is where things get ridiculous. Okay, and literally NCRT में है, but it's still pretty ridiculous to go from here and the last part करने में. So if you're really, if you have studied polymers inside out, then you're getting this. अच्छी बात है, फिर बढ़िया बात है. Otherwise, तो this is a pretty hard question. All right, let's do it step by step. Can't explain it to you. Let's do it step by step. पानी फिर से लेना पड़ेगा. ऑर्गेनिक करने से थोड़ा पानी लेना पड़ेगा. All right. So as I said, ब्रोमीन वाटर डीक्राइज करता है, मतलब डबल बॉन्ड है. अब एक है कि दो है वो देखना पड़ेगा. लुकिंग एट द फॉर्मूला, और लेट्स राइट डाउन व्हाट वी हैव सो फार. कि डबल बॉन्ड है, आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी. लेट्स राइट डाउन डबल बॉन्ड. ओके, चेक. OH है, check. I'm pretty confident about it. So let's find a number of these things. And looks like OH 2 hai, right? Because look at this. You've got end में you've got 2 iodoform tests. मतलब कि there have to be 2 OH groups. ठीक है? 2 iodoform tests मतलब 2 OH groups या फिर 2 double bond हो, either way. Now, if I assume 2 OH groups, then C9 would give me H18 if there is 1 double bond, right? Okay. Yeah. And O2 मतलब because 2 OH bonds है, 2 हाइड्रोजन गए, 2 OH आ गए. So it is going to be C9H18O2 if it has 1 double bond and 2 OH groups. So I'm pretty confident about 1 double bond and 2 OH groups. अब कहाँ होंगे ये एक double bond और 2 OH group देखना पड़ेगा. Peroxide देता है acid. I'm just writing on the stuff I've written down. Okay. PCC followed by heating. Acid का जो है keto बन जाता है PC से, and then it removes the CO2. Okay, we'll talk about that. देखते हैं. ठीक है. Again, reiterate कर रहा हूँ, C9H20 would be alkane. So एक है and 2 OH, which is something that we are quite confident about. Now, where do we place them? Let's place the first one terminally because ये वाला जो वाला part है जो आपको देगा iodoform test after ozonolysis. So I have to figure out, एक मैंने OH place कर दिया यहाँ पे. ठीक है. Now I have to figure out where to place the other OH, also where to place a double bond. Let us randomly put the second OH over here or over here or over here. ठीक है, ये 3 जगह डाल सकते हैं. Because double bond, I'll tell you where the double bond cannot be. Double bond cannot be, let me use a different color. Let me use a green color, dark green से. Not here, not here. ये दोनों जगह double bond नहीं हो सकता है. ठीक है. अगर मैंने double bond यहाँ लगा दिया, तब OH can be either here, here or here. This is the first possible place for double bond to be there. ठीक है. This or this or this or this. That's it. Double bond cannot be here or here either. Because then जो एक ये हटने के बाद भी it will not give an iodoform test. We'll talk about it. If this is getting a little weird, don't worry. Step by step सब करेंगे. I'm just trying to get you the idea of कि where can I put the OH group? Okay, it's only in these 3 spots. I'll pick one and let's see how it goes. Okay, I've picked this over here as the most convenient spot. Okay, for now, just for now. And you will see why that is when we get to R and S. And this is a really hairy question. When we get to S and T, sorry, because S and T में एक carbon कम हो रहा है, right? CO2 निकल रहा है, which is why I placed the OH over here. You'll see why. Now, by doing this, I am sure that double bond cannot be put here or here or here or here or here. So I only 2 spots for this, either here or here. दो ही जगह पे मैं double bond लगा सकता हूँ. Again, I'll take a leap of faith and I'll put it right over here. And you'll see that this works out beautifully. ठीक है? This is basically the compound C9H18O2. I'll show you how I'm sure of this कि यही है ये compound. Okay. I go ahead and make the acids. Acid मतलब पहले किया ozonolysis. Use a different color. ये color दिखेगा नहीं. ओजोनोलिसिस करने के बाद ये आया, ठीक है, दिस इज फ्रॉम ओजोनोलिसिस, आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग O3 ओवर हियर, एंड दिस केम फ्रॉम पेरोक्साइड, ठीक है। सो ओजोनोलिसिस से बना पहले डबल बॉन्ड O, राइट, एंड H यहां पे लग गया, दैट H गोज अवे, OH कम्स इन फ्रॉम पेरोक्साइड, these are my acids, this is Q and R, okay। Q definitely देता है iodoform, positive iodoform, and this is negative iodoform because there are two groups over here. So far so good, looks like we are okay, यहां तक till here we are good, okay। next step देखते हैं, ठीक है, इसका नाम by the way लिख देते हैं, let's write down the names of this because Q and R ही polymerize करने वाले हैं। I'm writing down the names, 3 hydroxy pentanoic acid, 3 hydroxy butanoic acid। कुछ is this ringing a bell if you have read polymers? Yeah, there's a polymer called PHBB and I put a lol over here because that's what this is, right? अगर आपको चमक गया ये चीज कि if you've understood this that these two guys when they combine, कैसे combine करेंगे, देखो OH का हाइड्रोजन जाएगा, इसका OH जाएगा, इसका OH and इसका हाइड्रोजन जाएगा, these will go away, and then this OH and the next hydrogen basically this will go away and will form a long chain polymer, ठीक है। पॉलीमर में कंडेंसेशन पॉलीमर है, H2O निकलता जाएगा, दैट्स PHBV, we'll come to that later, okay। now going to QNR, so this is the right answer, ठीक है, QNR पक्का सही है if because it forms that polymer, but let's go to S and T because now our focus is number of oxygen atoms in S and T, okay। तो एक्चुअली नो होल्ड ऑन, ये वाला तो आप लोग आंसर कर सकते हो, दिस वन यू कैन आंसर टू बी 2, यू कैन आंसर दिस टू बी 2, I will change that number actually, मैं नंबर बदलता हूं, I'll tell you why we can answer this without knowing this polymer वाला business, okay। तो S यहां से ये भाई साहब CO2 यहां से निकल जाएगा, ठीक है, यहां से भी CO2, both of this goes away when you do PCC and you heat, ठीक है। so this is S and T and इन दोनों में sorry, S and T will become OH, my bad on that, I have no idea why I said ki it will give you this thing, yeah, but it gives you alcohol, then iska jo hai answer is going to be 2। now back to the point as to मैंने शुरुआत में बोला था कि कहाँ गया where is the question start, this question started here, did it start here, no, ये 12वां था, 13th question, lucky number 13 no, lucky number 14, question 14, this is where we started, okay। so I will change this now, these numbers to 12 star out of 14 and 8 star, in fact I would also make this 9 star out of 14, you can get to this answer of 2, कर सकते हैं आप, कैसे, all you have to do is कि भाई ये जो ऑक्सीजन थे, that same oxygen is not going anywhere, nothing is being added, this oxygen is also there over here, same oxygen atoms, you haven't done anything to remove those oxygen atoms, और जो भी मैंने स्पीशीज ऐड की वो हटा दिए, सो ओके 12 स्टार आउट ऑफ 14, लेट्स कीप इट एज 8 स्टार, लेट्स नॉट गेट एम्बिशियस, अगर आपको ऑर्गेनिक में इतना पसंद नहीं है, मजा नहीं आ रहा है, then let's keep it at 8, but say you like organic, say you're good at organic, you'll be able to figure this part out, right, because you're good at organic, 12 out of 15, 12 out of 14, 8 star out of 14, this is question number 14, okay, let's go to question number 15 now, question number 15, molecular weight of U क्या है, I'm going to keep this, even if you're really good at organic, I'm going to keep this at whatever number it was before, because भाई इसमें थोड़ा एफर्ट लगता है, where were we at, we were at 11 star out of 13, no 13 नहीं 14 ना, 12 star out of 14, okay, so I'm going to keep it as 12 star out of 15 and दूसरा नंबर तुम लोग देख लेना बाद में, let's look at the highest number, highest possible score without messing anything up, molecular weight of U is going to be complicated, right, if you have got this till here, ये आपको करना है, you have to have found out Q and R for sure, and उसके बाद condensing polymerization is possible, it's possible, but there are also chances of messing it up because only if you get that structure perfectly will be able to get this, okay, इसके बाद it's doable, right, as I told you we will remove these, ये OH पानी पानी दोनों जगह से लीव करेगा, पानी इन दोनों के बीच में से करेगा, this and the next group, this and the next group के साथ, so I'll flip this compound right वाला, मैं इसको flip कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, और इसमें यहाँ पे ऐड कर रहा हूँ, you'll see not much has changed, I've just moved this here and इसको मैंने मूव किया, ध्यान से करके खुद भी बना सकते हो, this is the compound that you get, okay, this is your unit, एंड एंड में प्लीज डोंट फॉरगेट टू ऐड OH and H. दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. दिस इज व्हाई आई सेड कि इसको सही करने के चांसेस थोड़े कम है. अगर आपने किया है देन यू आर ग्रेट ब्रो. और yeah, bro is a gender neutral term. Okay, don't pounce on me for that. मेरे लिए gender neutral term है. So yeah, this part's important that you add OH and H. Okay, so you have 500 units of this and have OH and H. So now to find the mass of this, I have C9O4 H14. So there you go. O2 से O4 हो गया now because Q and R में extra oxygens थे. Okay, and I add 18 more for water. ठीक है, तो इसका मास है 186 into 500 plus 18 which gives me 93018 which is the answer for this question. Which is I know very बहुत मेरे लिए बहुत आसान है to say this and you're like bro this is mad, this is madness. I agree, this is quite crazy. It's all right यासिर, गुड इवनिंग. बहुत सही समय आया हो तुम. हम लोग बस अभी सेशन खत्म ही कर रहे हैं. हमने सबसे भारी वाले सवाल तो कर लिए. Now we'll do the last couple of questions. See, this is from NCERT. This PHBV thing that I was telling you, if you have read this, poly beta hydroxy butyrate or co beta hydroxy valerate, PHBV इसको बोलते हैं. 3 hydroxy butanoic acid, 3 hydroxy pentanoic acid. This tip is from NCERT. But even if you get this, you have to make sure कि end में there is an H and there is an OH. तो दिख नहीं रहा है, दूसरे कलर से लिख के देता हूँ. लिख ले भाई, H and OH. ठीक है, वो ऐड करना पड़ेगा. You have to add 18. Only then you get the right answer. ठीक है, 500 यूनिट्स उसकी जो आती हैं वो आती हैं. या सिर्फ 12 out of 15 ये वाला कर सकते हो. This is 13 out of 16. This is doable and this is the best possible score. A good possible score still would be 10 out of 16, 10 star, right? Even if you count the last one and this one. 8 थे, 2 मैंने count कर दिए. 10 out of 16. Okay. Potassium iodide added to aqueous solution of potassium ferricyanide, reversible reaction observed with complex P is formed. Number of moles of potassium iodide required to produce 2 moles of P. Doable है, इसमें ज़्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. If you have done coordination chemistry, +3, this gets reduced. This is getting oxidized from -1 to 0. 1 mole gives half mole, but you don't care about this. You care about potassium iodide required to produce 2 moles of P. So this is a 1:1. 2 मोल के लिए आपको 2 चाहिए. This is doable. This is very doable. The next part is the part that's random. Like, bro, how are you supposed to know this? I don't know. I have not so far found it in a book. My source is books, right? My source is not person X said so. My source is person X said so, but wrote it in a book. That's what my source is. And that book has been around for 30 years or 40 years or something. Not a book that was around 5 years back or something. Yeah. सौरभ, बहुत सही टाइम पे आए हो तुम. Cool. If you come to disrupt this, you're a little late, Saurav. And I'm going to call you out because I'm not, going to just take whatever random things you guys say online. आओ, जितना ट्रोल करना है करो भाई. I have been around on the internet longer than you have. All right. So this is what you get. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Answer is 3, and this is random. And I honestly feel JEE should start asking questions like this, which you have no way of knowing. But ठीक है. Maybe their goal is कि you can't score a full score. अब उन लोग ने भी ईगो पे ले लिया कि भाई full score नहीं score करना है, तो they will give you some questions that you can never get answers to. This is one of those questions. ठीक है. Thank you so much everybody for your time who has watched this live. जो लोग बाद में देख रहे हैं, this video is going to have a long shelf life because we solved it properly. This is paper 2. If you want paper 1, I will put the link in the description. Paper 1 हम तीनों ने साथ किया था, physics, chemistry and maths. So I'll link the chemistry section. Yeah, I did it in 2 parts. मैंने पहले 10 सवाल किए थे, फिर 7 सवाल second time किए थे. It was 5-hour session. That's why we decided to do it again. A broad idea about the exam pattern फिर से, if you are going to give JEE 25 or 26, 25 के लोग अभी देख सकते, 26 वाले थोड़ा बाद में देखना, आप लोग डर जाओगे. Even if you're giving the exam in 26, you should be able to solve this first question. ठीक है? This is what I'm talking about. The exam के difficulty of questions was so vast. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा अलग-अलग था. Organic chemistry unnecessarily बहुत मुश्किल था. I'm saying unnecessary because physical chemistry was not hard. Physical chemistry was very doable. And this is not an opinion, right? This is going to show from data, right? I think JEE does publish the data कि सवाल कितने सही हुए, कितने लोग के, all that. You'll get the data. And if a lot of people are solving a question correctly, that's a moderate or easy question. If nobody solved it correctly, that's a hard question. You'll get that data. So I don't know what is the reason behind organic chemistry being made so lengthy, whereas physical was not. And inorganic mein it is the usual way, advanced way, where there are one or two questions where you have no way of knowing answer क्या होगा. भाई भगवान भरोसे अब जाओ, कर लो, कोशिश कर लो. Exam pattern wise it was more or less the same. Okay, in paper 1 it was +3 -1. Paper 2 mein this was different, right? It was +3 0. And these were the hardest questions. These were the hardest questions in the whole paper. Last four, 3 out of these 4, right? एक तो सिंपल सा था, बाकी तो कुछ भी था, और इनऑर्गेनिक पूछ लिया था. Yeah, that was my quick analysis. It looks like it's a balanced paper, but it was not balanced, not according to me. Physical was good. अच्छी बात है for people like me who like physical, definitely कर लेते. जिन लोगों को ऑर्गेनिक पसंद है, वो लोग भी मात खा गए इस पेपर में. I know students who were really good at organic. They're like, भाई ये तो थोड़ा भारी हो गया, है ना? But I have learned a thing or two that I knew as well. Like Grignard reagent, अगर जो है steric hindrance है, then boss, it's going to do hydride transfer, which is interesting. New thing that I learned today. It's brilliant. And reminded of some nice questions where NaBH4 का जो end में add किया, that's not okay. पहले add कर दो तो चल जाएगा. Before you do Steffen reduction, I still feel it should be CND. That should be correct. You know the question I'm talking about. Ken, thank you everybody for joining in. This was me signing off on the second paper of chemistry. And what do I have planned for you? A lot of fun things. I'm going to be teaching as usual 11th grade ka track on the JEE channel, 12th grade ka on the NEET channel for now. I'm going to do papers of NEST, NEST mein kar raha hu kal NEET channel pe. I'm going to do IIT on the weekend, this thing. So exam season hai, and we're here to help you through all of it. If you want to see my sessions in general, you can go to the pinned comment and check it out. Yasir, thanks man, thanks for support. It's okay. यार लोगों को जो बोलना है बोलने दो ना, उनको अपना टाइम बात बढ़ाना, लाइफ बर्बाद करें, करने दो. यू मेक द बेस्ट ऑफ योर टाइम एंड योर एक्सपीरियंस. दुनिया में बहुत लोग भरे पड़े हैं गंदगी में, इग्नोर करो, मूव ऑन. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीबॉडी फॉर योर टाइम. सी यू, बाय, गुड नाइट, हैव एन ऑसम वन. मिलते रहेंगे.